Hello ladies and gents, this is Mr. Vanderpool. Today we're going to continue looking at individual markets. We're going to look at the supply side or the seller side of the market. We've already looked at the demand side or the buyer side of the market. And the key thing to understand with suppliers is they're always pursuing profit, and if they can get profits, they will supply more. And always remember that in order for a firm to make a profit, you have to take its revenue, how much it's earning, minus its costs, how much it's paying for things like labor, materials, etc. And if a firm has more revenue than costs, then this firm has made a profit, because profit is revenue minus costs. So revenue has to be greater than costs in order for a firm to make a profit. All right, so let's take a look at the law of supply. So the law of supply states that all else being equal, remember that's called the ceteris paribus assumption, as price falls, the quantity supplied falls. Because as price falls, that means less profits for suppliers, and they're not going to supply as much. As price rises, the quantity supplied rises. Because as price rises, suppliers are going to sell more, they're going to make more profits, and you're going to see the quantity supplied rising. Okay, so sellers want to sell things at a high price. Notice this is a little different than demand, where buyers want to buy things at a low price. Now, with law of supply, you have a direct relationship between variables. So as price goes up, quantity supplied goes up. As price goes down, quantity supplied goes down. So let's look here at what's called a supply schedule. A supply schedule is just going to be a list of prices along with associated quantity supplied. So price is represented by P, and quantity supplied is represented by the variable QS. So let's say we're looking at hammers. So at $6 a hammer, you'll have 2 supplied. $7 a hammer, you have 3. $8 a hammer, you have 5. $9 a hammer, you have 9, etc. So notice here that as price is going up, quantity supplied is also going up. There is a direct relationship between those variables. All right, now if you plot those points, you will get what is called a supply curve. And our supply curve is going to look like this. On your y-axis you have price, on your x-axis you have quantity, and then you have an upward sloping supply curve as you go left to right. Supply curves are always going to be upward sloping as you go left to right, because as price goes up, quantity supplied is going to go up. All right, so when we're talking about supply, we're talking about the entire curve. A change in supply is going to shift the entire curve, and that is going to happen when factors other than price change. When price changes, that changes quantity supplied, and that is going to move you from point to point on the curve. Okay, so quantity supplied is just a point on the curve, and as price changes, that changes quantity supplied, and it moves you from point to point on the curve. And once again, when factors other than price change, that changes supply, and that will shift the supply curve to the left and to the right. And those non-price factors that shift a supply curve are called the determinants of supply. So let's get to some definitions here. So quantity supplied is a specific amount that will be sold at a specific price. And supply is the entire schedule of quantities of goods and services that will be sold at various prices at a specified time, all other things held constant. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, that price changes quantity supplied, and will move you from point to point on the supply curve. Price does not change supply. The determinants of supply, the non-price factors that will actually shift a supply curve to the left and to the right are the things that will change supply. And always remember also, ladies and gentlemen, that supply curves go up as you go left to right.